And welcome back, you people, to Let's Play DrizzlePath Genie. Unless of stuff we came here. This is the orange path we're taking now, instead of the blue path, or whatever path you want to call it. You can call it the orange path, you can call it the red path, I don't really care. But it's a path, and this time, hopefully, it's the right way. If you haven't seen me take the other way, go watch that, and then come back to here. And you'll probably be just as annoyed as I was when I reach the end of it.
I saw a time when we gathered together in animal skins, hunched over fires in ancient caves, and murmured a millennial conversation. Under the aegis of leaf wine, I gather my furs about me and stare into the flames. A torch song of fire opals, languid as salamanders, a writhing nest of fire snakes, lazy ribbons of flame. A dream within a dream, lovelier than death, more beautiful than night.
Inception, dream within a dream, boom. Also music.
It seems there was something we knew then, something important, long forgotten. What mysteries, scrawled on cave walls, to speak across the great spans of time? What heavy knowledge we ignored for so long that now it is too late? Or perhaps it is nothing. Every generation thinks themselves the cleverest yet. Perhaps they are just childish doodles from a simpleton folk, unable to render accurately even what they saw with their own eyes.
Oh great, break in the path. Where's this one go? This one goes towards that. We'll look at that and then we'll go back.
Got to open it somehow.
I'm pretty sure from remembering from, last time we were in a cave, we had to go and, dogs are barking. In the other cave, we basically had to we had to press a button to open a gate, so
we go.
It'd be funny if the druid showed up right behind us as soon as we get there. And the guy's just like, wow, it's a tie. Boss fight? Mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms everywhere. Mushrooms.
I dreamed I was entombed, and Mother pulled back the heavy stone lid of the sarcophagus. She said, "I'll not leave you on some high grid for the vultures to pick at. Child from my womb, a corpse in the tomb, my brittle pristine, I've come to clean the spaces between bare knuckles and gold rings. Fear not the worms, for we are vermivorous, even in long sleep. Fear not in your languid vertebrae. I've come to make scarabs of us."
Okay.
Often when it rains, I think of the fisher. He is a solitary man who lives outside the village, in a tiny hut he made himself, on the shoreline of the sea. He would spend long days casting his line in the waters, his skin brown from the sun. I never saw him wear shoes, and his clothes were nearly the rags of a beggar. His hair and beard were long and unkempt, as if never cut or combed once in its life.
That poor fisherman.
The fisher never took a wife, and he had no children. No one knows from where he came. The villagers thought him eccentric, perhaps mad. He never ate the fish he caught, but traded them with the villagers for the simple goods of survival. I once saw him pick a grasshopper from a swaying reed, hold it gently in his hand, as if marveling at its construction. Then he dabbed it with a bit of wild honey he had gathered, and ate it whole. Once the fisher brought a line of beautiful fish to my father to trade for a basket. The fish were worth more than one simple basket, so my father offered him a net that he could use to catch more fish. He refused, saying, "Each fish is unique. They must be caught individually or not at all." So my father offered him a variety of baskets to keep the fish separate. Again he refused, saying, "Once I have gathered them, I must carry them all together or not at all."
So make a basket with priority.
I grew curious about the fisher, so one day I decided to go watch him fishing and perhaps speak with him. I sat on a rock not so far behind him. He didn't turn or look at me, but gazed far into the clear blue sky of the summer day, and said, "Looks like rain today. Where are your shoes, child?" It did not look like rain. I answered his question with one of my own. "Where are your shoes?" He replied, "I never had a need of them."
There's his answer. That's really cool. I like this fisherman guy.
And the path goes on and on and on.
Yes, it does. If we get to this genie and the guy says that the druid guy made
When
because
one walks deliberately, with purpose and care, they have no need of shoes. But you run all the day long without shoes, not because you don't need them, but because you like to feel the ground beneath your feet, even if it hurts you sometimes. I thought how this was true, a truth I had not even thought of myself. "The villagers think you are a half-mad hermit," I offered. He laughed and cast his line again.
But yeah, so help me, I get up to the top of this mountain again, and the game tells me, no, I took the wrong way. I'll just sit there. If that happens, I'll be like, unbelievable. Literally. I'm sure you guys will be shaking your heads too in disbelief if that happens.
I suppose they may be right. If my concern for the world about me, being greater than my concern for myself, is madness, then yes, I am mad. He continued, "We should never want for more than we need, for that is the beginning of the end. The collecting of things beyond our need is, to me, the truer madness. In the endless collecting of things, we become heavy and burdened with possessions. After a time, it is the possessions that possess us. Consider the fishes, he said. They have no possessions and so can flit about on the waters, light and unburdened, free to swim anywhere. If they had possessions to carry, they would sink and die. This seemed obvious enough to me. Fish can't carry things anyway. Consider also the story of a king I once knew. I quietly laughed, as if the mad fisher cavorted with kings. I thought this very unlikely.
It probably does. You never know. And here we'll be back.